If you want to cross long distances of oceans and rivers, you will most likely use a classic boat. It is the most comfortable way, however, it must be admitted that this is not entirely fun. If you are like me, you will most certainly prefer to use the enchantment's Frostwalker. You don't have to be an expert to know what this enchantment does. It basically turns water into ice, as if you were the real Jesus Christ. At some point, we have all had fun with this enchantment, being something much cooler than a little boat. The problem is that the people think that this enchantment is only good for ice, when really these boats have a secret functionality, because believe it or not, they will help you in another dimension. But wait a minute, how hell can some frozen step boots serve you in a dimension that is full of lava and there is no water? Well, this enchantment can also help you not receive any type of damage from the magma blocks. Just look how I can walk calmly and I do not receive damage. But if I take them off, I start to receive all the damage from the magma. Nor even some netherite boots with protection against fire. It protects you from the damage by magma blocks. It doesn't make much sense, but the Frostwalker does. It not only makes you immune to magma blocks, but it can also help you in the bonfires. Remember this secret function when the new mod of 1.20 arrives, the Sniffer, whose egg we will be able to find in the Shining Ruins. Only by using some little boots with Frostwalker, you will be able to breathe when you stand on a block of magma, without the need to shift. No longer need to place 400 doors, or waste breathing potions. Just head to a magma block and you won't get hurt. If you've been playing Minecraft for a while, I'm surely you have heard that using the tags, writing a name on the evil, we can make all kinds of mobs cannot disappear, because when the chunks are not loaded and we have hostile mobs they disappear, but once they have tags they can be solved. The problem is that many times in your first hours of the game you come across a rather strange mob like a full enchanted armor zombie. Your greatest wish is to keep it for your next museum, but since you're still poor, you don't have any tags from here until you find a tag in a dungeon or exchanging with villagers. A lot of time will have passed, and the moment you walk away, the poor zombie will disappear. But don't worry, with this video you will know a secret function so that this problem doesn't happen again. Instead of using the expensive tags, use a boat. The boat do the same function. When you see a hostile mob that you want to save and that you don't want to disappear, just lock it in a boat. Now it won't disappear anymore. See how many zombies there are here, but if I don't load the chunks, they all disappear except the zombies that are in the boats. By the way, your mob museum is going to be much cooler if you've put titles and few rocks. And now you only activate a dispenser which is going to put a ship right in front of it. Your zombie is not going to be able to move. Your showroom will look very incredible, and the best thing is that they are not going to disappear. In the next position you will see a very crazy secret use. We cannot deny that one of the most hated enemies is the Phantom. Some complain about their little use, many others about how annoying they are. However, did you know that recently in the Wild update Phantoms became 100% more useful? That's right, their membranes can now be used in something extremely important, because what I am about to teach you very surely you have never seen before, and this is because it is a very unknown trick on the internet. It turns out that if you make yourself some potions of a slow fall, you can become undetectable in the old cities of the Warden. Just pay attention when I drink the slow fall potion. When I jump into the city and start jumping like a wretch, at no time will I activate any sensor. Well, by falling slowly and constantly jumping, the sensor will not notice you. This secret function is so amazing that you can cross an entire ancient city without being detected, without armor, and those steal all the chests much easier. Just look at this, ridiculous, amazing. They don't see me. Did you know this trick? It is likely that you are one of the players who love to decorate his garden, growing some bamboo, putting up some fences, decorating with lianas, and taking advantage of all the vegetation that Minecraft offers us. And voila, you have a beautiful garden. But making this type of garden leads to a huge problem, because with the passing of time, the beautiful garden will start to grow abysmally, making everything look horrible. You definitely need a gardener here. Well, this problem wouldn't have happened if we had placed blocks of a string, because by placing a string on top of a plant, this plant will no longer grow. See how its brothers are growing, but this one is not. A secret trick that many players already know. However, this trick is already in the past, because many players forget that there is already a function to make plants no longer grow without the need for a string, and this can be done with a scissors. Scissors are not only used to grab blocks of grass, leaves, or shear sheep. It also has a secret function. Right click these plants to stop growing. Now you don't have to waste yarn on these plants anymore. Any of us has needed to plant crops at some point in our game, either to eat or to create farms from villagers. However, did you know that there is a secret function when planting our crops? In fact, it is possible that everything this time you have cultivated in the wrong way must simply plant like this, without any order. However, the reality is that Minecraft does have a specific order to be able to plant, and if you follow this order, the crops will be able to grow faster. The trick is to make some straight lines from top to bottom. You start here and go down, then we go here and go down. Once you have made your perfect lines, you will have to do the same with the crops. You are placing them in from top to bottom in a perfect line. Observe the difference in growth. You will observe how on the left, where we have perfectly straight lines, it is growing faster, and on the right it is not in order and it grows slower. This is scientifically proven by technical players, and here you can clearly see the difference between messy crops and straight crops that are more developed. Imagine that you are in a dark room and you want torches to illuminate, but you only have wood left and a single coal. A single coal will not be enough to light the great room. Sadly, a mine is too far away and you don't have either cobblestone to create an oven and make charcoal. Well, there is a way to get some infinite coal. With a little wood, you have make a crafting table and then make a fire with the only coal you have. Place your fire and then break it. You will see how now you have 2 coals instead of 1. Now that you have multiplied, do the same process, make another fire and simply break it. Now you will have 3 coals, and so on. Now I have multiplied it to 4 coal, enough to be able to craft a few torches, and now I have many more. At some point of emergency, this secret trick will surely come in handy, especially when you don't have access to a furnace and you have little coal. Nowadays, the stairs are boring. Now everyone uses better methods, like the classic bubble elevator trick, because just placing a block of sand of souls just under the water will make you go up like an elevator. However, we have all made a mistake in these elevators. Perhaps it has not happened to you that when you build your platform and put sand of souls, you thought that you placing water on top would work, but you realize no matter how much you want, your player doesn't go up, and this is because all the water blocks have to be complete. That is to say that you have to right click with buckets of water. You complete with complete water blocks and now it is working, but this method takes a long time. It is better that you use the following secret use. Once you have your elevator ready, put water on the top until it reaches the bottom. Now you just need some kelp. Put some kelp at the bottom and make it grow. When the algae has grown, just remove it, and that's it. Your elevator will work correctly and the water will be complete. It is no longer necessary to use buckets of water, when in reality, that wasn't the secret trick that I wanted to teach you, because it is likely that you already knew about the kelp, because the secret trick of this place is in the ice. Perhaps you knew that the ice is also used to complete water. Observe how I have my elevator. I put a few blocks of ice and now we break them. The elevator will work perfectly. Next time, use better ice. You will look much cooler. Think of the most useless mob in the game. It's easy, right? The bat. These little ones do nothing. They have no purpose. They don't drop experience or items because they are just a cave setting. But what if I told you that the bats really do have secret functions, and I'm going to teach you some secret uses that you can do with them. First of all, you should know that bats begin to appear from layer 63. That is exactly where the caves begin. So the first secret use of this mob is that thanks to its sounds you can find caves near you. You just have to be guided by its sounds, and voila, you will find a good cave thanks to the bats. But there is another secret function. Did you know that the bats, despite the fact that they were invisible, will always wake up when we get closer? We can take advantage of this mechanic in our favor, because if you are one of these players who, while they are sleeping, try to troll you with invisibility in order to steal your chest, bats can help you. Just have a few bats in your house and put tags so they don't disappear. Now when your invisible friend tries to get close to your house, it will wake up the bats, a very peculiar invisible player alarm. Ships with a chest are mainly used for when we are just starting our games. It helps to transport all those materials that you have obtained in the first hours, but the reality is that they are not only useful for the first hours of the game. More advanced players can use them in a technical way, and this will save you a lot of iron. If you have a technical farm that uses a lot of hoopers, you can decrease the amount of hoopers in this way. Instead of spending 6 hoopers, here I am only using 3 hoopers. This is because a ship with a chest can reach hoopers diagonally. Look how I threw a few apples here. They go through the chest and they arrive here. With this trick you will be saving more than 15 ingots. And this is in much larger farms, you'd be saving stacks and stacks of iron. What's the chicken doing here? Number 1. Do you like to build with deep slate blocks? Well, in case you do, you know that it's a real nightmare to get it, because unlike normal stone, this deep slate cannot be mined instantly. It is quite slow to get. A good way to get it is by exploding it with TNT, although this is not profitable. You will need thousands of TNT, and this is not convenient for your resources. However, did you know that the Wither has a secret function? This mob is capable of instantly mining the deep slate. This means that you can enslave it so that mine for you. First, make a tunnel. Now spawn the Wither and quickly get into your tunnel. The Wither is following, and just watch how it will be breaking all the deep slate for you. You don't have to spend any resources, no pickaxes, and you will be able to obtain tons of deep slate infinitely. I call this a good enslavement. Look at all those blocks that it leaves behind. There are many. Mining it by hand and with a pickaxe would be totally horrible. Better take advantage of the secret mechanics of the game. Tell me below in the comments which secret function you didn't know, and which one you like the most. On the left you have the playlist of this amazing series, and on the right you have a video suggested by the YouTube algorithm.